Hey guys, before we get into this month's challenge, I want to give a big thanks to a few people who helped make this series happen. First one being the Patreons. Those of you who are supporting on Patreon, I can't thank you guys enough for keeping the series going. If you guys want to join the Patreon, I'll leave a link in the description. Some benefits are that you guys get the videos early, as in as soon as I'm done editing them, you guys can get them, and with no ads, whether that's the YouTube pre-roll or sponsorships, nothing like that. You guys get straight to the videos. So really appreciate all the Patreons. Again, link in the description to join. Of course, the Patreon is all voluntary, so for me to be able to keep uploading these publicly on YouTube for free, a big thanks has to go to some awesome video sponsors that help make this happen. First one I want to thank today is Lucy. Now I want to thank Lucy for not only sponsoring this video, but for letting me do so in a very straightforward and honest way. Because Lucy is 100% pure nicotine that's always tobacco free. That being said, here's where the honesty comes in. I don't want this ad appealing to anybody other than adults that are already taking some form of nicotine. And to continue on with the full transparency here, I personally don't take any form of nicotine. However, I have plenty of friends and family that do. And so Lucy was cool enough to send me out some of their breakers to hand out to my friends and family, and well, they had really great things to say. Lucy is made for your nicotine routine and delivered straight to your door. They offer pouches, breakers, gum with strengths anywhere from 2 milligrams to 12 milligrams, with flavors such as mint, apple ice, espresso, mango, and others. Their breakers set them apart because they are pouches with flavored liquid capsules that you could break with your teeth. Of the friends and family I handed some out to, I know they've been enjoying it, whether it's for their midday slump, at the shooting range, out golfing, or just day-to-day activities. I know there's plenty of options out there on how to get your nicotine, but why not try Lucy? I mean, obviously they're pretty base for sponsoring this type of content, which is pretty awesome, so give them a try. And when you do, use coupon code TexasPlinking to save 20% off your first order. Their orders ship for free, and they have a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. And as for the fine print, Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, the product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. I also want to highlight Arcan Optics because they make optics that punch way above their price point in regards to performance and quality. When you consider everything Arcan Optics offers in regards to the feature set and performance, you would think they are priced far above what they actually are. And it gets even better because using discount code TexasPlinking at checkout gives you the biggest savings currently available at that given time. As an example, the brand new EP5 Gen 2 is a 7 to 35 by 56, priced at $799.99. By using code TexasPlinking, it brings it down to $599.99. Similarly, I want to highlight DNT Optics. I recently got to know their Thermite, a budget-friendly thermal rifle scope with a digital night vision mode, a day mode, infrared illuminator, laser rangefinder, and a built-in ballistic calculator. MSRP on the Thermite that I've been using is $1,300, but using code TexasPlinking at checkout currently makes it $989.99. And of course, I'll be sure to leave a link in the description so you guys can check them out as well. Now, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into this challenge. Hey, I'm Brandon, and this is the Texas Plinking 1 MOA at 1,000 yards challenge. A monthly series where I let 5 viewers of the channel come on out and see what they could do. The way it works is each shooter is going to have up to 10 shots. Right away, they're going to start off with a 10-inch target. Now that target is worth 10 points if they hit it on the first round, and it goes down 1 point for every shot following. Now whether the shooter hit it on the second or the 9th round, they could spend their remaining rounds all on the 5-inch target, which is worth double the points. For example, the second overall shot in the first attempt at the 5-inch can be worth up to 20 points, with it being worth 2 points less per shot. Once they hit the 5-inch target, the challenge is done, and for every round they didn't use of the 10 total is an additional point. That being said, 38 points is the maximum. The way you do that, hit the 10-inch on the first shot, second shot is the immediate hit on the 5-inch, and then you got 8 shots you didn't use, that's 38 points. If that doesn't make sense, I say we just get shooting and you'll figure it out. In any case, we're still giving away the challenge coins. A gold coin for a first cold bore shot, a silver coin for impacts between shots 2 and 5, and a bronze coin if you get an impact on the 10-inch target between shots 6 and 10. All right, first up, who do we have?
Daniel Brown.
Daniel, thanks so much for coming out, man. Brave to go first here just because of conditions.
Right.
Crazy that the sun's coming out right now, but I'll show some B-roll on the drive here. We went through hell to be here, and so now you're going to be shooting into a very, very soaked berm, which would be kind of interesting. So first one to go with it, but looks like a capable setup. So tell us what you got here.
This is Defiance Action Bartland barrel and an AI chassis chambered in 6.5. It's got an Otter Creek Labs polonium on the end of it, Loophole Mark IV on top. Rounds that I'm shooting are Burger 144 long range hybrid targets.
Awesome. Looks like a freaking awesome setup. You said Otter Creek lab suppressor?
Yeah, man.
That's cool. Okay, because I heard about them because I love Mark 12, so the AEM5, they brought that back. But this guy, which model you said that was?
That's polonium.
Polonium.
Yeah,
I like that. It looks condensed.
762.
You would have thought you'd done this a million times over. You ran through it really, really well, so looking forward to it. So that being said, conditions, we would expect some more winds, but it looks like fairly calm right now. Just like I said, a wet berm is going to be the biggest challenge, spotting the misses, but that's if there's any misses at all. So how do you think it's going to
go? The old man told me that if I didn't get it in 5, I'm going to have to call somebody else for a ride home.
Oh, okay. Well, There's some pressure on you, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, the time efficient, man. Get it within 5. If you do that, half MOA, how's that going?
We'll see.
All right. Yeah, that size said it all, but you might impress yourself. So
Yeah.
let's get it done.
All
I
right,
appreciate
man.
it. Thanks, sir.
Last one?
I got a count says 2 more. 2 more. Dang, man. That first round was almost a damn hit, too. All right, up next, who do we have?
Frank Cisneros.
Frank, thanks so much for coming out, man. I appreciate it. What rig do you have here?
SIG Cross. It's a 6.5 Creedmoor, 18-inch barrel.
Okay, badass. Yeah, I was just saying, I haven't shot mine in a while, but I have the same rifle, but 16-inch 308, and it was picky with ammo initially from what I found out, but that's a 308 model. 6.5 I heard was a little bit more friendly with array, but I was getting like half MOA with mine, and that little 16-inch I actually used in an episode challenge and
Yep,
did pretty
I saw
well.
that. So that's,
but cool to see this with the same camo. So how you been liking it?
I like it. It likes the 143 a little bit better. So I use Hornady, just off the shelf stuff. So
the 143, is that like ELD X Hunter?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, badass. Very, very cool. What are you doing for suppression?
that's the SIG SOH.
Okay,
also.
Is this like on the taper? From what I
Yeah,
recall?
it does have a taper. The QD lock, clutch lock is what they call it. So
okay.
it's pretty nice. Not a bad can.
Yeah, no, I've always heard like with these taper locks, it's like really repeatable.
Yep.
So very nice to see. What bipod is this?
That's the MDT, the grind.
Okay,
Yeah.
Right on. So it looks like a capable setup through and through. What about optic?
Optic, I got the primary arms Athena reticle. That's 4.5 to 27.
A badass.
By 56,
so plenty of zoom to be used. So
yeah, so not too bad. I had the Apollo with the BDC, but I couldn't fine tune it as much.
Sure,
so
kind of more
upgraded.
precision oriented here.
Yep.
All right, so then got to ask confidence level on that 10-inch.
I got to get it done early, or I start getting shaky at the end of it. So hopefully, if I try to get it before 5.
Awesome.
We'll see how that goes.
Hopefully within that gives yourself some more rounds to just expend on that half them away and have some fun there.
Yeah,
Flip that one
fun.
over.
Yep.
I put a third one out there because 22 episodes in, I thought to myself, oh, what are the chances 2 of them get flipped over? Well, it's happened twice now, so there's a third half them away out there. So maybe you'll be first to break it. We'll see. I appreciate it, man. Looking forward to it. Thank you. All right, and up next, who do we have?
Tim.
Tim, thanks so much for coming out. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Tell us about your rig here.
So this is my project gun here. This is a Ruger American that I'd picked up secondhand and started kind of slowly working on a little bit at a time, and it's still getting its improvements here and there. Right now we have the American Precision compensator on the front. I put a Criterion barrel on there. Used to have one of them little pencil thin barrels, and that wasn't quite working out.
I was going to say, what was it like originally when you got it?
Yeah, it had the pencil thin barrel.
Okay.
It had just some cheap scope rings on there and a knockoff Zeiss for an optic, which was in MOA, and I prefer mil red.
Yeah,
so
yeah, same.
I switched it over to the Vortex Venom scope. It's a 5 to 25 by 56.
These are great value as well.
Oh,
man.
yeah, absolutely.
Because they're still first focal plane, 34 mil tubes, all that for a matter of like a few hundred, under a grand, under.
Yeah, about half.
Yeah.
And then I just shot a couple PRS matches with it recently and figured out that the cantilever mount is not a good deal with these. So if you end up picking up one of these, you're going to want to get some scope rings.
Why is that? Just it too
ends
high?
up knocking the round back in as soon as you go to extract the round.
Oh, I see. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the trial and error so we can learn from that.
Absolutely, no problem at all.
Sounds good. Cool. And bipod, is this like just a Harris?
Just
6.9?
a Harris
Cool.
bipod, yep.
Good deal. And what are you doing for ammo?
For ammo, I got just factory loads for Federal Premium Gold Medal and Sierra Match King 175 grain.
175, yeah. Whenever I'm shooting 308 and I'm shooting factory, I'm going between 168 and 175 of that Gold Medal match, and that seems to, if there's a picky rifle, I like one of those. That's what I seem to find out. So
absolutely
you as well?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
That's correct.
Awesome.
I got some 168s at home too. It's about to be re-zeroed with those.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, that being said, I mean, do you know it well enough to give some call out?
I believe I do.
All right. What are you thinking?
I'm giving it 50-50 right now just because of the crazy weather we've been having today. And
Absolutely.
Who knows what the wind's going to end up doing down there. It's going to be totally different between here and there. So I'll give it about 50-50.
Absolutely. Well, looking forward to seeing it done. And then if you do that, hopefully 50-50 means within the first few. Give yourself some more for that half
That's
MOA.
right.
And
Give
we'll,
me the other 50-50 for the half MOA target.
Perfect. Awesome. Hope to see it get done. So thanks so much, Tim.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, up next, who do we have?
Christian Armstrong.
I already knew that. Welcome back, man. Last time you were here, there was like a 100-year-old house here, so changed up a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of changes, but we'll see how it goes in today.
I mean, how long ago was it? It was like quite a while ago, wasn't it?
That was a couple months ago. Honestly, almost a year ago. But,
Yeah.
I mean, come out a couple of times, but this is the first time with this gun.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us about it, man. What's going on here?
So we got a Falcor LW7 Action chambered in 7 PRC with a proof 22-inch barrel and a Graybow stock with a loophole Mark V HD 7x35 by 56. Definitely not going to get the 35 on this magnification. And then got the NDT scope rings, and then I got the Banish 30 by Silencer Central on there.
Badass, dude. It looks like a really cool setup in that sense because it's a streamlined stock, still detachable box mag, carbon fiber barrel. So like, what is this to you? Is this like their bench rest, hunting? Can it kind of do it all?
Yeah, it's kind of a do-it-all thing. Me and my buddy, we go hunting all the time, and definitely wanted something that I can hunt with, but also be very precise with.
Yeah, no, I mean, that looks like what this is all about. And 7 PRC is still a caliber that I don't have yet. I've been diving into the PRCs a lot lately with the 6.5 and 300. But 7, I mean, how do you like that cartridge amongst like everything you've been shooting?
I absolutely love it. I mean, it's got the stopping power, and it's got a lot of ass behind it. So
it gets there quick.
Yeah, it's awesome. And it's also like a super light gun. It's under 10 pounds. So.
Mind if I see real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that's nuts.
Light.
All right, so that's going to be interesting. How's that like staying on target?
It's not bad. Honestly,
really?
You would think that having a big round with a light gun, it's got a lot of recoil, but honestly, the 7 PRC with this setup, it's not bad at all.
That'll be fun to see, man.
Yeah.
Cool. So you said what you're doing for ammo?
I'm going to be shooting the 180 grain, just factory stuff. I don't got time for reloads.
Sure.
So
is that Hornady or?
Hornady match.
Oh yeah, PRC. I think they developed the PRC. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, cool, man. Look forward to seeing it done. What's the confidence level looking like?
Well, I only got 2 boxes of ammo through this gun, so we'll see how it goes, but I'd like to shoot it today. So
yeah,
we'll
absolutely, man. Well, looking forward to seeing it done, man. So let's get to it. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Really making myself look bad. That'll be all right.
All right, and last but certainly not least, Dion, welcome back.
Thank you,
Once
Brandon.
again, been a while.
It's been a while.
So fun to see you with this rig, man. What is this one all about?
Well, it's the 338 Lepua AI. This is also the multi-caliber.
Oh, okay, yeah, AXMC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not changing barrels out of this. There's no point in going backwards on this one.
Sure. Yeah. So currently ready to go as a 338 Lepua. So
Correct.
Again, an AI. I love AIs and their chassis and all that stuff. But one day I want to have, like I said earlier, like the full-on AI bolt gun. Just something about that action is just so slick.
Absolutely.
It's like a cross between smooth, like a certain competition rifle, but still a military rifle. So really cool. And as the name suggests, usually pretty accurate. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it depends on the shooter.
Yeah. Well, I can make anything very inaccurate myself quickly, but cool. Well, that being said, the rifle speaks for itself, but otherwise, what are you doing for optic?
I've got the Schmidt & Bender PM2, 5x25 to 25 by 56, running mil radians on this.
Okay.
Well, I've got the Atlas bipod, and basically, very standard. In fact, leading up to this, I did change the trigger because.
Oh, the trigger, really?
Yeah. So it's an adjustable trigger I put on there. I can't remember the name. It's for the AI. I think it's about a pound.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Because what were they normally like? Military rifles
I think,
must be like
between 2.2 and 4.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. Wow.
You can adjust the normal one, but yeah.
But about a
This
pound.
is about a pound to 1.2.
Very cool. Yeah, I know. I love it, man. Something about like a Schmidt & Bender on a AI, very European, very cohesive. Looks really cool.
Yeah,
I like it.
There's so many modern scopes out now.
Yeah.
When you look at the tremor reticle and everything, which is pretty cool. But yeah, for what I do, this is absolutely perfect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So for ammo, 338 Lepua, what are you doing?
Well, I was struggling with the 300 grain, so I tried the 250 grain lock base.
Yeah.
Lepua.
Yeah.
And I had some really good results. We chronoed it and we're running at about 29.50.
So it's in a rush to get there.
Yeah, so today's going to be a challenge.
Absolutely.
You got recoil management, you're not going to see your splash, and you got a second to make sure that you get on target with your eyes. And
because it gets there so dang quick. So yeah, it can kind of bite you maybe. So
maybe.
We'll see. Interesting to see. Well, that being said, what's confidence level looking like?
Well, I shot it last month, not too far from here. I spent a few days out, and I feel comfortable. But again, on the day, managing the variables. This is what this is about. So that's a long-winded answer to say I'm hoping in that first 5.
Yeah.
I looked at the wind again, and it's swirling. I mean, I look at that little wind meter at the back there.
Yeah.
Man, it's so if I can read the wind correctly today, definitely top 5. But otherwise, I'm just going to enjoy the day out,
Absolutely. We got the sun coming out after everything that happened this morning, so we're happy to do that. A lot of people also ask me in the comment section if I ban Kestrels. That's not the case. They're just behind the camera. So a lot of people running Kestrels, getting the idea for what's going out here. So
well, if you ban Kestrels, that's going to be quite a challenge.
Well, I'm only going to do that when I start running out of coins. But there's still a few to give out, so we'll keep them going. But look forward to seeing it done.
I hope you got the gold yet today, just in case.
Oh, I brought. What's funny about that? I said this before. I bring 5 of each. For that one day, 5 people get the gold, and that's gonna be the quickest day out here. But I've got 5. You could have one. So let's do it.
Good.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Shit.
can't see my impact.
Nice.
Yep. Good shot.
Must have just nicked it. All right, that is a hit, sir. I think that's round 6. So you got 4 to go and a half MOA.
Okay.
There's 3 of them now. There's 2 orange ones on the right and then a white one on the left. Which one do you want to go
I'll go
for?
the one on the right.
One on the right, ready for when you are.
Yeah.
I would have thought that thing would have spun that around, but it sounded like good steel.
Yep.
Maybe it just hit the dirt mound behind it. That's a hit. You just moved on from 10 to 5. Well done, man. All right, sir. Obviously didn't go quite to plan, but your first round was almost a third gold coin to go out. I mean, it was like just a matter of a couple inches underneath it with this kind of wind. The windage was good. So how'd it go from your take?
If it was a mill at 1,000, we'd be all over it.
Oh yeah,
man.
of course.
Unfortunately, it's not, and really, it boils down to me as a shooter. I did the best with the splash that I saw,
for sure.
I couldn't get it done. Sometimes it's the way it goes.
That's the funny thing, though, is because the way the challenge is, obviously these aren't like hilariously small targets. The half MOA is, but definitely that's a respectable size target. And if we're just shooting just recreationally for fun on our own, we'd be shooting like silhouettes and stuff like that. And those would have been majority hits. You know, something to consider and something to people watching to consider too, because they just see this. They don't really see that in person. It's some ways out. It's small targets.
It's not just that, but what the viewer at home doesn't get is wind downrange, the breaking wind into thirds, as well as the canopy top where the height and arc of the bullet. All those things are factors that you got to consider that maybe somebody at home doesn't see. So
no, not at all. Especially just weird conditions. We were like I said, the crazy rain earlier. Sun came out, and then a little bit of rain while people were shooting. Now it's this. Now it's like windier than. I mean, strange stuff. But again, respectable grouping for the most part in that. Most size targets would have been hit out of 1,000. So anyway, really appreciate you coming out. So
absolutely,
well done, sir.
Man.
I really
appreciate you having me back.
Great. Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you. Alrighty, and once again, not ideal, but from your take, I mean, I was seeing all the impacts. And how was it from your perspective?
The first couple ones were a little hard to see. Like I said, it's pretty wet. I got about the 4th one, saw it was a little high, tried to make some adjustments, then didn't see the next couple, then saw about the 6th and 7th, and then by the end, probably out of rounds. So, a lot of fun though.
Well, that's gonna be interesting once I put like the shot placement out there, because if you saw on the 4th, that makes sense, because from my recollection, the first 4 was actually like a great grouping on its own.
Right.
So it's just a matter of seeing that. If it was a drier day, you would have had way more time to see dust flying in the air, but these were kind of absorbed and you had to been quick to see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Mind me asking, what were you doing magnification-wise at 1,000?
I was doing about 12.
Okay, which is all right.
So I zoomed it in a little bit, pulled it back out. I made a wind adjustment, so I was letting the calculator do all the math for me, and I was a little off, but it is what it is. It's still a little jumpy. It's a light rifle, so I threw some weights on it at the last minute, so got to get used to that.
Pretty decent showing, so I definitely appreciate it. So thank you so much.
No, I hope I get to come back out.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, first off, got to say, this goes for just about everybody as well, but the rate of fire, that's quick succession, really appreciated that.
No problem at all.
Did it help you out as far as kind of remembering the last impact at all? Or
Yeah, it did. I ended up actually adding the plugs into the tunable brake yesterday because it was jumping pretty hard to the left.
Oh, really?
And I ended up filling the whole right side up because it was jumping so hard to the left to try to keep it on target. Staying at 15 power, yeah, it was pretty easy. It stayed on pretty well. I saw everything except for impact number 6.
Okay.
And the wind was just shifting between 0 and 2 mils. So it was just with every shot, you're kind of playing with it. I was just trying to beat the wind, and it just didn't work. So
and again, everything's going to get interesting once I get home, edit it, and kind of put the shot placement. You kind of see the pattern, but obviously capable setup. And as we'll see off camera, it's probably going to be hitting them left and right. So of course. But nonetheless, really appreciate you coming out here. Really good showing. So
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sir.
All right, first off, 7 PRC suppressed sounded pretty badass, man. I mean, just right behind you, no hearing protection, and worked out pretty good. Fun round to see fly out there. Saw a cool vapor trail and all, but still sweet. But how'd it go from your perspective, man? What do you think? What's going on?
Honestly, I was into a little too far. Didn't see my first impact. So zoomed it out a little bit, saw my second, and then made my corrections from there. And I ended up getting close, but just no cigar. And my feeding was probably the issue of a spray painted mag that's not mine. Just had to borrow it. So
yeah.
Definitely had those issues and kind of got in my head about that one.
Oh, really? Well, that's the thing, man. Like, even obviously it's a lot more fun to be here and like hand coins out, but a lot of this is also just, like I said earlier this morning, it's just like a show and tell. This is all recreation and show and tell, but also when things don't go right, and I've done my own challenge and didn't get hits, and I'm kind of like, okay, why did it happen? Again, one of those cases that we're shooting small targets, and the thing was off. Once you got down there, you're the fourth shooter, wind started cranking even more. And so you were first to go quite a bit to the right. If you were watching everyone else, you would have had no reason to even consider that wind.
Yeah, honestly, like I did my holdover for my Kestrel, but I measured it probably about 20 minutes before I shot.
And that's a huge difference. What happened
absolutely.
in 20 minutes.
And then I ended up dialing my windage to 0, and then I ended up getting close, so I kept it there, and then was trying to do a little holdover from that, but never really ended up getting it.
No, man. I mean, crazy changing conditions, all that. But again, what I was getting at was even after that, you got to a point where it should have been hits on most average size targets. So we're doing it at 1,000 anyway. And we'll see that here in just a couple minutes. So nonetheless, good showing. And I really appreciate you coming out. So thanks so much, man.
I'll be back, bring this on, hopefully get a hit next time.
Sounds good, man. All right. And like I said, I was concerned there was something in the air, but on round 6, you shot it out of here. So finally got that hit on shot number 6. So
lucky, man.
Lucky. I don't know. I mean, this thing 338 was moving pretty good, and like I said, it's damp down there, but 338 definitely disturbed the dirt. So were you able to see all the impacts?
Not all.
Not all?
There were 2 that I kind of had a problem. I think it was, 3 and 5, I think. And, you know, it was just that number 6 was the holdover. And again, looked at my Kestrel, 5/10 to 6/10 of a mil left to right, and I second guessed myself, and I zeroed and I went in, and it was a left to right. In fact, it ended up 8/10.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
anyway,
nonetheless, that's a hit on 6, so that's that bronze coin for you.
I'll take it.
Absolutely. And then moved over right over to the half MOA.
I did.
And I was expecting 338 to whip it around, but it must have clipped it, or maybe I put it right by that dirt backstop, whatever it is. There's been a lot of times we've hit chain, and not until I get home. I don't have instant replay here, but people at home do. So many times they say, "Why'd you give him a coin? That was or whatever. That was or the points. It was a chain hit." I'm like, I don't know that, but I started to get hopefully pretty good at hearing the difference between chain and the steel target. That to me sounds like steel target. Then again, if they see something I don't, I'm just eating my words, but I'm pretty sure you hit it. So we're going to give that to you. Got it done. Broke the curse for today, so I appreciate that. I was getting a little worried.
Anytime.
But, yeah. Awesome. Well, guys, that just about does it. My losing count, I think we're on episode 22. See you guys soon for episode 23. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys then.